What up, my man of society? It is your host with the most, Shadow Look, back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. It's absolutely free. Don't cost a damn thing. You help my channel get into the algorithm. Highly appreciate if you go ahead and do that. Now, what I wanted to talk about was the mistake that a lot of individuals make. I see a lot of people, tend to make this error when it comes to overall other people's, struggles and obstacles, is that when people tell somebody, like, what are you bitching about? What are you complaining about? You have it lovely. That's nothing. Suck it up. We all have problems. We all go through stuff. That's one of the things that you don't do, especially when you're trying to help somebody who's going through some shit. You know what I mean? Coming at them like that is actually the opposite of what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Because when you come at somebody like that, it's not going to help them. It's only going to aggravate them, make the situation worse, and it's going to make them shut down and, shut off completely, when it comes to overall expressing themselves and what they have going on. So you are actually making things a lot worse by coming at them like that, bro. That is the reason why they're in the predicament that they're in, or why they feel the way they feel, because they feel like society doesn't give a fuck about what they have going on and, the battles that, they have to deal with, right? Minimizing their actual effect, their actual feelings, about how they feel about stuff, right? Like I always tell people, it may not, like, whatever the subject is or whatever the thing is, or, situation, it may not be a big deal to you, but it might be a big deal to them. You know what I mean? Despite whatever it is, you know what I mean? Maybe, an item, that holds some value to this individual, or maybe somebody, or, but there's different reasons, why individuals, or their situations. So when you try to play down on that, right, like, oh, suck it up and get over it, we all go through that. I had it worse, and I managed. You know what I mean? It's just that we are all different. We all handle stress and situations completely different than others. We are not all the same, right? And some of that actually has to do with genetics. So genetically wise, they're like that because of the genetics. Some people are born with, higher levels of testosterone in them, right? So they're more aggressive. Some people just could handle situations, a lot more, stress. Like, they handle stress a lot more easier than others. We are all completely different, right? So for you to come and try to, tell people, that they should stop bitching and to be like you, it's something, that's very egotistical to say, you know what I mean? You want everyone to be like you, right? Just because you did it or you're able to do it, you expect and think that everyone else, could accomplish the same thing, when that's not, necessarily, what happens or how it goes. You know what I mean? We all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses, and that's perfectly fine, just like with everything else in life. Fish could swim, bird could fly. Fish can fly, bird can swim. Strengths and weaknesses, we all have them. So, it's perfectly fine. So for you to come and try to insult people and tell people, whatever they've been through is no big deal, or it's no big thing, it's just dumb. Now, I understand that people are like, oh, this sensitive world nowadays, you can't say shit, you can't, do this and that. Now, although some of that stuff, may be true or whatever, when we're talking about overall people, how they feel about things, right, and what affects them, you can't come on here and tell people that it's no big deal if you don't walk in their shoes, if you don't go through that, if you don't know the struggle, if you don't know how they feel, that you don't get to judge or say, what they should do, or what's a big deal and what's not a big deal. Who are you to decide that? You know what I mean? And like I said, there's a lot of mistakes that a lot of people make, because there's no big deal to them. They feel like everyone should feel the same. Yeah, and which is, like I said, it's just dumb. We are all different. We are not all the same, despite what individuals want to say. And, life itself proves that, like, what better evidence do you see with, other than life itself and interacting with different individuals? Because everybody's different. You know what I mean? Some people handle stress. Some people can't handle stress. Some people can muscle through stuff. Some people need motivation. I mean, in itself, that you're motivating someone, that you're telling somebody, you're talking to somebody to motivate them to be something or to do something, should already prove to you that we are all different, because they needed motivation while you got up and did it. Showing you already that we are all different. You know what I mean? So by you insulting these individuals, or downplaying their stuff, right? But then again, you're gonna go and you know, try to motivate them and say that you're doing something positive by motivation. You're completely contradicting yourself, right? Because I thought you said that, you know, we're all the same, we don't all need that, but yet you're motivating people. I mean, already showing that people need motivation, showing already that we are all different. You know what I'm saying? Um, so like I said, you know, some people, you know, were, like I said, some, it may not be a big deal what they're going through, but it's a big deal to them. You know what I mean? And understanding individuals and understanding what they're going through is always gonna, you know, bring solutions and help fix the problems than coming in and insulting somebody. Because when you come in and insult somebody and talk shit to them and make fun of them or you know, bash them or whatever, you are never gonna fix no problem like that, bro. No problem ever gets fixed by coming aggressive and coming violently or with violence itself. You're never gonna fix a problem like that. That's just the facts. I mean, where's the evidence? History itself. You never fix a problem with violence. You gotta come understanding and come right and have conversations like adults, not like little children with these name callings and all of that. And then claim that you're adult or you're grown up when you're, you know, you have the mentality of a child and speaking like a child or young youth. You know what I mean? If you can't get your message across without no insults and stuff like that, then, you know, all this talk about how intelligent you are, sophisticated, or wisdom and all that, I mean, flies out the window, bro. You know what I mean? Because you can't even go and have a simple conversation without insulting somebody to get your point across. But I'm just saying, overall, you know, my opinion on, you know, the things that individuals, you know, do right, but just don't see. Same shadow we up.